Hey guys, it's Mashaba, and today's video is going to be a review on the brand new Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Pillow Talk palette. This palette costs more than my life. Like, this little thing right here is $75 plus $6 in taxes, so $81. So this palette better give me 20/20 vision. You have 4 different looks. It comes with the day, desk, date, and dream, so it's supposed to be like 4 different eye looks in the palette. The mattes feel really high quality. The shimmers were okay. I have seen better shimmers before, but I think they're not bad at all in terms of swatches. The mattes look really nice. Some of them were a little patchy. I use Wet n Wild, Anastasia. Like, I really don't care as long as the eyeshadows work. They work, so let's see. I already primed my eyes with the MAC paint pot. I was about to say Fix Plus. Wow, I'm a dumb hoe. I feel like Desks right here is really nice transition shade for lighter skin tones. But in terms of darker skin tones, my close friend and I were talking about it, and it really doesn't have much for darker skin tones. If you see on the website, on the different models, the colors kind of barely show up on the darker skin model. Like, it shows up on her, but it doesn't look as vibrant as the other models, so this does make me a little bit uncomfortable. I saw Kylie Jenner's makeup artist goes into shimmer shades first for like a brow bone highlight, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, this is very pigmented and no fallout so far. This is a pretty glittery shade and there's no fallout, and we're done. No, I'm kidding. Now I'm gonna go into these 2 shades in Desk. These 2 are pretty similar. These ones definitely seem more powdery compared to the other one. The metallic was very stiff. This one is fluffing up a lot, so be careful of that. I'm like tapping off the shit out of my brush and so much powder is coming off. Oh, whoa. Damn. Damn, that's pigmented. Like, whoa, like I could even bring this color on the same brush and put it on the other eye. That was a lot. So what I like to do with eyeshadows is I like to press it on my eyes first, and then I like to blend it out to really get the color in there. I think it blended out really nicely, and it is very pigmented, and even though you get kickback in the pan itself, once you tap off your brush and blow away all the excess, it's really not bad. Like, I'm surprised I didn't get any fallout. I like to go crazy with transition shades, so I'm gonna go into the first shade of Date, which is kind of like a tan color. I mean, tan for me, but for darker skin tones, I'm not sure if this is gonna show up, because for me, these are good transition shades. But my only thing is, the darkest brown is this brown, and even then, I don't know, it's not as dark as I'd want it to be, if that makes sense. That took like 2 seconds to blend, and it looks really nice. Like, I feel like if you just put on some mascara and head out the door, I feel like this would be a really cute look. I'm gonna take a more tapered crease brush and go into a slightly more dark shade on Date. We're gonna tap off a little bit. This one, it is kind of messy, not the messiest palette, but it is kind of messy, and I feel like every time I'm fluffing off my brush, I just feel like I'm losing $1. Like, I'm like, goodbye $1, you know, bye. So I'm gonna concentrate it more on the inner portion of my eye. I feel like this shade is not as easy to blend out as the other shades. I'm gonna take an even more precise brush and go into the darkest shade in this palette. Okay, it definitely looks a little darker on the eye. The shade is a little bit harder to blend. Still not bad though, but definitely not as blendable as the other shades. I'm gonna go into a fluffier brush to try to diffuse that. It's kind of not wanting to blend out compared to the others. Come on, move, bitch. You look like a line on my face. Yeah, I feel like this darkest shade, it is dark, but I do feel like you definitely have to go in really slowly because compared to the other matte shades, not the most buildable. I kind of feel like we lost all the pinky shades we put in the beginning, so I'm gonna do something bold and I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush into this kind of hot pink shade. Maybe I'll regret it, maybe I won't. It's pigmented, but it's very buildable. I don't mind this. But I just really, really want to smoke this out. And like for a really vibrant shade, it's definitely blending out really nicely. Okay, normally my boring ass, I would go into this shade to put all over the lid. But I'm gonna go into the pink shade because, you know, we live life on the edge. Whoa, that is so nice. Oh my god, I feel like my eyes are like glowing. And there's no fallout. There is no fallout. And it doesn't feel like those shades where you dip in the pan and suddenly you hit pan because the metallic shade is so wet. Like this is actually a really sturdy eyeshadow. I feel like it would last you a long time. It's like, I know everyone loves the Naked 3 palette. I personally don't. And this is just what I wish the Naked 3 palette was. Now I'm gonna go into the slightly pinker metallic shade and put it right next to the pink that we just put it into. Ooh, this looks really pretty. And I'm not like putting it right in the center, I'm just putting it next to it. This looks so cute. This is so nice. I think this is probably one of my favorite shades in this palette. I'm gonna go into a tiny bit of these two shades from Date, and I'm gonna put that on the outer portion of the eye just because I feel like we lost that darkness. Still not the best blendable shades for this specific dark shade, but it does work. It's not as pigmented as it could be because I still see the shimmer underneath that portion. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go into a shit ton of this pale pink shade. Oh god, it's so pigmented. It's a man, I like barely use that and it's like bam. I might regret this, but I'm gonna go into this bright ass shade right here, put it on the lower lash line. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna take a mixture of this shade right here and this shade all the way right here. I think I put in a little too much pink. I'm gonna add more of the light shade. Look how this look came out. I think it looks super cute. I still feel like the darker shade is not the most blendable, but I do feel like it still is really nice. Everything else is really good. The very few fallout that's there is fallout. I mean, like, my eye looks a little fucked up, but definitely a bearable amount of fallout. So I'm gonna clean up my shit, put on some eyeliner, and then I'll be back. So overall, I think it's a nice palette. It's not the best palette in the universe. It's not a palette that you have to run out and go buy because you're totally missing out. I do feel like it's a nice palette if you're super into packaging, if you love collecting luxury makeup. I feel like this would be a really nice palette to have, but it's definitely not something that you have to absolutely have. I do feel like this is something that you could get in your Anastasia Modern Renaissance for almost half the price. You could get this in the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, maybe dip into some brighter colors in another palette. I do feel like it's something that is not that necessary, but it is really nice. But if you got food to buy, if you got rent to pay, do not buy this palette, okay? This is nice, but you do not have to give up your life's necessities for this palette, okay? Overall, it was super fun. This is my first time reviewing something super high-end, so I hope you guys liked it. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.